Hi friends, welcome back. Today I wanted to talk to you about some of the pros and cons and differences that I've noticed so far living in the UK after living in the US my whole life. I got a new tattoo this week, which I will go into more about in a different video. I was just chatting with the tattoo artist and she was just kind of asking me why I was here, what brought me here, what I like, what I don't like, what I miss, just kind of chatting. And I thought that a lot of that was really interesting, and it seems like a lot of people liked my video about just the things I find weird about my apartment. So I figured I'd do this. Let's get into it. First thing, what I miss about being in the US, besides my friends and family. First thing I'm going to have to say is my cat, Momo. About 3 years ago, I got a Sphinx cat named Momo, and she is literally the other half of my heart. I grew up on a farm, and I have had very few emotional attachments to animals just because, well, if I'm honest, they die frequently on a farm for various reasons. Being this attached to an animal has been weird, and having to leave her at home has been very difficult. We had to leave her back home because when my boyfriend got this apartment, he asked about having a pet. They said, maybe it's a possibility. So when I had my plane ticket, when I was all ready to get over here, I was going through the motions. He asked again, and they said no. So I had to scramble and find her a place. Luckily, she's living with his sister. I get pictures and updates all the time, and that's great, but I can't wait for her to be here with us because I miss her, and she's just a naked little baby, and I love her. I also miss, especially being here for the summer. I'm seeing a lot of pictures and videos of my friends back home, going down the river in tubes, kayaks, canoes, rafts, all that stuff. I actually grew up on the Connecticut River, runs right between Vermont and New Hampshire. And so I was used to just being able to just load up the car, drive up the river, and spend the day on the river, and then just pull up the boats and be at my house. Done. Easy peasy. I don't get to do that here. Little things like being able to just go down the river, load up my own car, stuff like that. We used to have field parties. We'd have like little bonfires, and we'd all just sit around in the field and drink and play lawn games and stuff. Having a lawn, oddly, I never thought I'd miss having a lawn as much as I do. So I miss that kind of the social aspect. The time difference has also been tough. I didn't think it would be as hard as it has been. I'm really bad at managing my time. Scheduling time that works for both time zones. I think it's about a 5-hour time difference from here and back home. We're 5 hours ahead here in the UK. That's been hard, and I would like to get better at that, just so that my friends and family don't get super frustrated with me. I took for granted being in the same time zone as my entire social circle, which I don't have here yet. So the next thing that my tattoo artist asked me about was the food. My heart is possibly just buffalo flavored. I love buffalo sauce. I love hot sauce too, but buffalo sauce. Mwah. It's just not really a thing here that I've found. We have a very small grocery store, so leave comments down below if you think that there's a brand or something that I should try that is buffalo sauce that's easy to get or that I should try, because I am open to it. When I was packing up to come, I actually had a friend give me a big shake container of ranch mix. We've been kind of putting that on everything. We've put it on the potatoes. We've put it on, we've made dips with it with soured cream. Side note, soured cream and sour cream, different. Same, but different. All in all, the food isn't like super different, but I think the main thing is spice and how things are spiced and the availability of different spices that I'm used to. Now for what I don't miss about being in the US. Number 1, I don't miss having a car. I have had the worst luck in cars within the last 5 years. And you have to have a car where I'm from. You need to be able to drive. You need to have a car. If you want to do anything, if you want to go grocery shopping, if you want to get to work, if you want to see your friends, any of that stuff, you need a car. And a very long story short, the last 3 cars I've had, one exploded on the interstate. I'm not kidding. The second one was parked or was at a dead stop and someone ran into it at 40 miles an hour and totaled it. The third car, which was the last car I had, snow came off of the roof, shattered the windshield, and completely destroyed the top of the car, and it took 6 months to get it fixed. I don't miss having a car. What is next? What do you want to hear about my life? What are my favorite parts about being in the UK so far? Well, one was definitely the not having to have a car. I can take public transportation or walk. Everybody walks here. I am infamous back home for being the one that hates going on walks and hates hiking. I want to like it. I really do. I hate it. But I hate struggling for however long the hike is, and then you have a beautiful view at the very end, and then you have to struggle through it again. Does not seem fun. Is not fun for me. What I like about walking here so far is that I just get views all the time. I mean, granted, it's usually hills and sheep and cows and fields, but sometimes there's a nice ruin, thrown in there, or a really cute little town, a random pub. It's great. I love it. And there's also just, you can walk through people's fields, which you cannot do back home. My brother actually showed me the Ordnance Survey website, which shows all of the public walking paths, and I have been making very good use of that, and I love it and can't wait to get to more places to make use and just get better at hiking, build up my strength and my endurance and all this stuff. And so I've really enjoyed that, especially since I'm home alone all day, and if I'm inside all week by myself, I lose motivation. I procrastinate so much, and then I just end up on the couch watching Big Bang Theory for the 7,000th time. Walking and hiking. I have loved it here. Next is kind of a little thing, which I didn't think would be a big deal or as convenient as it has been. I was kind of prepared to just have cash, just go to the ATM, get some cash, and that's how I would pay for things. Because in the past, when I'm on vacation, that's just usually how I did it. Contactless payment here is huge. I mean, we are so far behind back home. I remember coming here 10 years ago and they had the chip and pin. And now that's finally what they have back home. It's finally the chip, the pin, great, done, go, bye. I tried to use my card here, the one, my debit card, and the registers would always say requires signature. I think it happened like 3 or 4 times. And the person at the register just so confused, was just like, I don't, what. So I was taking my credit cards out of my wallet to put them into Google Pay or Samsung Pay or whatever. And then that way I can just scan my phone, go on my way. Great, perfect, awesome. Little did I know, my credit card has the contactless payment. And I didn't have to notify them that I am overseas. I could just use it. So that's been kind of a unexpected miracle. Last but not least, what I have enjoyed, one of the things I've enjoyed most about here versus home is the ease of travel. Just getting from place to place. Like I've mentioned earlier, you have to have a car. We don't have taxis back home, at least where I lived. We don't have taxis. We don't have Uber. We don't have Lyft. We don't have that. Just visiting other countries, which is huge for me because that's what I love to do. And that's one reason why I'm so excited to live in the UK is, for example, we actually booked a trip to the EU for December. More on that later. Companies like EasyJet or Ryanair, these smaller companies, Norwegian Air is one that I love, that are super cheap. If you're not going to pack a big ass bag, you can just have a small carry bag that you can just, throw under the seat in front of you. You can get a plane ticket to Spain or Amsterdam or France or Italy, sometimes as low as, $60 a person. To fly from where I live down to Boston, which is about an hour flight, it's usually about $120. The fact that we have access to all these cool places, like the fact that we can just go explore is so exciting, and you couple that with just all of the walking we can do in England and Scotland alone. I'm really excited, and I will definitely be putting that to lots of use. So that's it. That's my main list so far of the differences, likes, dislikes about being in the US versus the UK. If there's anything you can think of that you have more questions on that you'd like me to cover, drop a comment down below. Make sure to give me a like and a subscribe. It really helps me out. I really am looking forward to putting out more content and sharing adventures, what I'm learning being here, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, I hope you guys find any of that interesting, and I'll try and do more if this is what you like. But for now, I will see you later. Have a great weekend, and ta-ta. Bye, friends.